Hello everyone, welcome to BISP Solution. Today we are going to see the payroll process, how we can run the payroll process for the employee. So first we are going to see the payroll process for the existing one, then we are going to hire an employee, new employee and associate the salary basis of it and then calculate them. Okay, so now let's just go to the application and see how we can run the payroll process. So here I'll log in as an Curtis Fitty. Now what we have to do, we have to scroll down and click on the show more option and then find the simplified quick pay option. Okay, where we can find under the payroll. Okay, we have the simplified quick pay option. So let's open it. Okay, so now let's search for the employee here. You can search by the person number and if you remember the name, then you can search by the person name also. I'm going to search by the person number. Let's open the employee. You can see the periods are there. If you want, you can change the period's name. Okay. Then you can click on the submit option. So we have to wait for a while until its process complete. Okay, so now it's completed. You can see the statement of earning here. Okay, and the gross to net here, the gross pay, pre-tax deduction, all of that. If you want to see more specific detail, then you can click on the show details option. Okay, here you can see that this is the employer contribution, the absence accrual. So this is how you can run the payroll process now. Let's create the salary basis and then we are going to allot that salary basis to the employee. Okay. So for that, we have to click on the show more option and then find the salary basis option. Here, where under the compensation. Okay. Let's open it. Here you can see these options. So you can search by the name, salary basis and code here. Here you can see the options. And if you want to add new one, you can just click on this add icon. So we are going to create new one. Here you have to give the name. So let's say it's going to be the monthly. Okay, here you can, the code is going to be automatically populated here. Here you have to select the legislative data group. And here you can select the salary basis type. So if you select the salary amount is determined by the user salary basis type, here you can see you have two options, element mapping and salary range. Okay, you have to map the element here and it's a required option. And if you select the salary amount by incremental component, so here you can see component tab is also added here with the element mapping and salary range. So here you can see you have two options, enable component selection during allocation and select a specific component to display during allocation. Let's see. If we select first one, here you can see you are enabling the component selection during the allocation. These are the component. And if you select this, so you can add the specific one. Okay. It's like you can click on this add option and here you can see these are the option and you can select it, specific component. Okay. Now, let's go if we select the salary amount is determined by the simple component. So here you can see these are the components. So what are the components here? You can see here this is the basic salary, allowances, city allowances, housing allowances. These are there and these are the type. It's going to be, these component is going to be the fixed amount, have fixed amount or fixed percentage or progression grade ladder rate or the user enter amount or the user enter percentage. Okay, these are the things you have. You can give the default value also here, otherwise it's going to be visible in that field, it's 0. Okay, and there is a element mapping, salary range is the same field. And here you have salary amount is determined by the rate. So here you can add the rates. Okay, you can just click on this add icon, select the rate definition from this drop down option. You can see that and then you can add it. There is no element mapping, there is only salary range here. Now we are going to create the salary increment by the simple component. Okay, so I'm going to add the component here, but first we have to add the frequency here. So it's a monthly. So I'm going to select the monthly frequency here. Okay, then annualized factor is 12 here. If we select annually, then it's going to be 1. If we select the bi-weekly or weekly, it's adjust accordingly. Okay, and here you can select the rounding rule and the annualized value rounding rule. If the salary range is greater or lower, then the salary range you provided there, salary is greater or the lower if you provide there, then it, if it's going to give you a warning and error or you it's going to be allow you to move forward. So it's depend on you what you are selecting here. So I'm going to select warning here. So if the salary range falls uh, under the salary range, it doesn't give you any warnings here, but if the salary range falls outside, it's lower and greater from your salary range, then it's give you a warning. Okay, now let's just click on the add. Here we have to give the sequence and the process sequence automatically appear here. Here we have to select the component. So I'm going to select the basic salary and type is going to be the user enter amount. Okay, and here, if you want to add the default value, then you can add it. Otherwise, you can just click on this right icon. Then we are going to able to add another one. If you did not click on this icon, then we are not able to go to add another one. Here you can see it's a disable now. Okay, now let's select the housing allowance component and it's going to be the enter user enter percentage. Okay, and which component is going to be applied? So it's going to be applied on the basic salary. Okay, now let's click on this. Let's add one more. Here we are going to select the component as a uh, let's say transport allowance. Okay, and here we are going to select the user enter percentage, and it's going to be applied on the basic salary. Okay, now let's click on this plus icon. Okay, now we have to add one more. So it's going to be the 40, the last one. And here in the component, we are going to select the overall salary, and type is also going to be select the overall salary, because we have to display the output. Whatever we are going to calculate, it's going to be displaying the overall salary, right? So we have to add, this is a mandatory, otherwise this give you error while you are going to click on the save and close option. So now we have to move to the element mapping option. Here we have to map one payroll element. You can add any one of them. Let's select this one. And here all the information related to these automatically comes here. Here the input value you have to select. So it's a calculated rate or the multiple rate or the pay value. Here you can add it. Okay, then what is the special purpose? It's a rate, unit of measure under. So these are the things you can see here related to the input value. Okay, now we have to go to the salary range, and here you can add the grade rate. And here you can see the differential profile. Okay, what is this differential profile? So here you can see the grades. Okay, and these are the minimum and maximum values are there, and this is the midpoint. Okay, for all of the grade related to this grade rate. Okay, associated with this grade rate. Now, if you select the differential profile, so it differentiate grades rate according to the location. Here you can see for the Atlanta location, it differentiate by the 0.60 USD, and for New York 1.60 USD, Redwood City 1.40. Okay, so it's going to be added in this amount. Okay, and it's going to be subtracted from this amount, depends. Now what we have to do, we have to go to the save and close option and click on the save and close. This is the process to create the salary basis. Now, what we are going to do, okay, so let's go to the salary basis type and select the salary amount is determined by the simple component. Okay, this one. And then here you can see that. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just open it. And here I'm going to add one more thing here so we can easily find out which is our salary basis. Now we can just click on the save and close. So again, if I go to the salary basis type and select this, so here is our salary basis. Now let's just go to the home page. Okay, click on the new person option, select the hire an employee. And then if you want, you can change the hire date option. Here you have to select the hire action, then hire reason you have to select. So we are hiring for fill a vacant position. Then we are going to select the legal employer for this employee. And here you have to fill the name. Then we are going to select the gender and the date of birth. Okay, here you can add the national identifier. Okay, this is the identification page. Now we are going to move to the person information page. So where we are going to fill the address, the phone detail, the email detail, all of the things we are going to enter here. Okay, now then here let's add the zip code. So when we enter the zip code, all of the information like state, city, and county is automatically populated here because it syncs with the zip code. This configuration we have to do in the geography. Here you can add the phone detail, the email detail, the legislative information. Okay. These are the things. Now we can move to the next, which is the employment information page. Okay. So here we have to add the assignment details. So first we have to select the business unit. Then here we can add the position. So in which position you want to hire an employee. So you can select here. If there is in the position you allowed more than one person in that one position, more than one hand count. Okay. Here you can see this is the synchronize for position is enabled here. Okay. So these all information like job, the department, the location, and the assignment category automatically populated here. Okay. So here, if you want to find any other position, so you can just search here. Okay, so firstly, we are selecting the analyst position. There is no grade ladder added synchronized with the position. There is no grade synchronized with the position. Okay, now we select here position as a production control manager. Okay, so this is the job, this is the position, this is a grade ladder, the grade and the department. Here you can see the location, full time, part time. So it's working as a manager. Yes. Okay, so what is the working hours and what is the start time and end time? Here, if you go down and you can just expand this manager detail option. So manager is also added here. You can see that line manager, right? So this is already synchronized with this position because when we create the position, we can also allot the manager for that position in that configuration page of the position. Now we are going to move to the compensation and other information page. So where we can allot the salary basis we created to this employee. Okay. So here you can select the first let's select the US1 salary basis. Okay. So here you can see according to this grade name, this is the salary range. Okay. And here you can enter between 70,000 to 1 lakh. Now, what happened? if I enter here 60,000, so here you can see you entered a salary amount that fall outside of the worker salary range. Why? Because we select the salary basis as a warning. Okay, when we created. Now let's just find our salary basis here. This is the salary basis. Okay, so here there is no field. We cannot put amount here. Why? Because we have to enter here. Okay, the all of the things. Now, okay, so this is a grade name and this is a salary range. Now let's just go back in the employment information page, and here let's just change the grade name here. Okay, let's say 8. Now let's just go to the next. Okay, so we are going to allot salary here. So let's calculate this. For the basic amount is $20,000. Okay, and 40%. What is the 40% of the basic salary? So we have to calculate it. So it's 40 multiply with, sorry, 40 divide with 100 multiplied by 20. So this is amount. Okay. Now let's just go to the application and then put here amount $20,000. Okay. This is a basic salary. Here you can see this is a basic salary. Now, if we put here 40, so it's calculated 8,000. Now, why this is giving us a warning? Because what is the salary range? 11,000 to 23,000. And what is the salary amount? It's a 28. Okay, that falls outside from this salary range. So we are going to give here change the basic salary. We are going to give a 10,000. Okay, now it's fall inside that. Okay, so this is a changed amount here. Okay, now let's change again the basic salary. So this automatically change the HRA amount. Okay, the percentage remains the same. Now let's calculate this transport allowance. Okay, so here also let's change the amount. Okay, it's 15. Okay, now so this is its amounts HRA. Now we have to find the 10% of the basic salary. So what we have to do? We have to do again 10 divided by 100 and then multiplied by the 15,000. This is the transport allowance now. Let's go and put here the percentage. So this is, and here you can see the overall salary. Why we select this overall salary in that salary basis? Because we have to display this overall salary here. So this is your overall salary, the salary amount after adding the HRA and the transport allowance. So this is how you can calculate the salary amount for the employee. And at last you can just go to the next option. Here you can review your all the information. Okay. So the salary detail, and then you can submit it. So this is how you can create the salary basis, allot to the employee, and then run the payroll. Okay, so we already saw how we can run the payroll, and this conclude this session. So I hope everything is clear to you. So thank you so much for watching the session.